Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night team call. It is the first Tuesday in June. I cannot believe it's June. This year is almost half over. It's hard to believe it's almost half over. And if we have time at the end, we can talk a little bit about this. But before I turn it over to Cheryl, I just want to ask you guys, are you on track with your goals for 2019? I mean, isn't it amazing? I feel like we were just doing our kickoff call in January and talking about our goals for the year, and we all have such high aspirations and excitement. And where are we at? You know, it's a good time to check in with ourselves and see how we're doing with our goals. So I have a couple things that I'm going to talk about at the end of this call around our contest and summer events. But before that, I am so excited that we finally get to celebrate Megan, who sadly could not be at our team dinner in Sacramento thanks to all the snow that just kept happening in Colorado this spring. It's like, you guys just like, is there still snow? I mean, it's just insane. So I told
snow last week.
Oh my God, you guys, honestly, like I love snow. I love skiing, but it's June, for crying out loud.
I know.
So I'm going to turn the first part of this call over to Cheryl Schuberth, who is Megan's sponsor. And Cheryl, I'm going to let you introduce Megan and set her up. So take it away.
Absolutely. As Lisa mentioned, Megan came to conference. She was supposed to fly in on Thursday morning, but because of the weather, Megan came in Thursday night, late Thursday night. And Megan could have easily have said, you know what, I missed a day of training. I'm only going to be there for less than 48 hours. I'm just going to stay home. But she knew the conference was so important. And even though she couldn't celebrate with us at the party, she showed up and she, joined us for all the inspiration and the learning at conference. So super proud of her for doing that, because it's not easy when you have a full day of, rescheduling your life because of the weather. So congratulations for that, Megan, just for showing up. So tell us, Megan, how did you learn about Juice Plus and what experience did you have?
How did I learn about Juice Plus?
Yes.
So I learned about Juice Plus through you initially so many years ago. And then, you dripped on me and I didn't really, do anything. And then it was many years later that our pediatrician, because my son was really sick for 10 straight weeks. We were in the doctor's office and the doctor said, I recommend a probiotic, a fish oil, and Juice Plus. And so that started my journey with Juice Plus.
And so what was your experience after that?
Well, he wasn't sick anymore. So once we started taking Juice Plus, he made it 6 months without getting sick. And then the next time he got sick, it was strep. And the doctor was like, no amount of strep is going to keep Juice Plus, or no amount of Juice Plus is going to keep strep away. But even since then, he has progressively, like we made it 1.5 years now without getting strep. So where he used to get it pretty regularly and he was sick all the time, now he's hardly ever sick. So
that's awesome.
I think we made it with a school year, like one complete semester without being absent at all. So yeah, it was pretty
awesome.
amazing.
Awesome. Certainly a product of the product. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about, why you decided to join the business.
Well, I kept referring everybody to Cheryl because, I saw these amazing results, right? Like Declan wasn't getting sick and I had also started my stepson at the time. I had started him on Juice Plus and he was feeling better and he had some other issues as well. And so anyways, I kept referring everybody to Cheryl. I kept like, oh yeah, this is awesome. I love this product. Here, let me show you how to get it. And so finally, Cheryl said one day, she's like, Megan, if you became a rep, you could get, get your own profit, basically from referring all of these people that you keep referring to me. You could just share what you're, already sharing. And so I said yes. So yeah.
Yeah, so glad you did. And
too.
so tell us what pushed you to the Express Track to sales coordinator.
So for those of you who don't know, I am a government employee. I am a federal employer or employee, and I've worked for the government for it's been 10 years now. And so I was one of the thousands of employees that was displaced during the furlough. And I didn't have work for 35 days. And so during that time, I had the choice where I could either sit around like a bump on a log and, woe is me and cry about not having a job, or I was like, hey, I could work my business, my Juice Plus business. And so I totally took advantage of the opportunity, and I did a bunch of different things. And then when the Express, Fast Track came out for sales coordinator, I was like, oh, I got this. I'm totally going to do this. And so I rocked it, and I made myself some goals that I, accomplished them. I totally crushed them and just kept going from there. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to share with us your next goal, what you're working towards now?
NMD. I want to be NMD.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, I know it's going to take a little while to get there, but yeah, I want to be an NMD for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what is one thing you do consistently every day that, helps your business, or every week, or, share?
I've got in the habit of I've started, I know people have talked about customer care and following up. And so I have just started a couple months ago, even I'm making it a point to really check in with customers, even, before their next shipment is scheduled to go out. And then really the biggest thing that I'm doing every day, I still share the product every single day with, if not a new person, I'm still dripping on people that I've told about it. So I am consistently sharing the product every single day.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Great way to just keep it top of mind and doesn't sit in the corner. So that's great.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to share with the team about your journey and what you've learned?
Probably one of the biggest things for me was not being attached to an outcome. That was kind of a big growing point for me, because for a long time, I had a goal of, dollar signs and an amount that I wanted my paycheck to be. And that was associated, with a certain number of, sales. And so if I had a list of people, like we have our memory jogger and stuff, and if I reached out to somebody and they said no, or, hey, I'm not interested, I would get discouraged, and just really kind of down, and it would kind of knock me back a few steps. And I really worked through with, listening to different videos and trainings, and then my own coach. I have a life coach that I work with, and really just wrap my mind around the idea of not being attached to the outcome. So just because one person says no, that doesn't mean that it's no forever, and it doesn't mean that it's no for anybody else. It's just no for them right now in that second. So I haven't given up, and so, but by far, not being attached to an outcome has been huge. And just allowing, not trying to control so many things, and again, just reminding myself that, I know that abundance is coming, and great things are in store for me, and maintaining that positive mindset has really kind of shifted everything. Like my business is just continuously, I'm still getting customers, people I don't even know, so it's pretty cool.
That's fantastic. That's great advice.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you, Megan. I appreciate you jumping on the call and sharing with the team. Lisa, anything you wanted to add to that or ask?
Yeah, Megan, I just have to say, I've seen such a change in you. I mean, we, because you have such a great sponsor and a great team around you and Donna, and, obviously we don't live in the same state, so I don't get to work with you a lot, but I have seen such incredible personal growth in you. And that's when your business grows, is when you grow, and I know you've gone through a lot of life, and you've had a lot of, difficult circumstances that you've had to navigate. And yet you kept this business, you kept the light on in your business. And totally. I just love that you keep showing up, and your mindset. I mean, I just see it. I just see it in you, and the results speak for themselves, They totally do. And I'm just so proud of you. And I'm so proud that you chose during the the 35 days that you were furloughed, not to be a victim of your circumstance. And man, how many people in this country during those 35 days would have loved to have had a plan B that they could have, thrown themselves into the way that they did to take control of
Right.
their future instead of just waiting to see, what's going to happen and when they get to go back to work. So good for you for taking advantage of that too. I'm so excited for you. And I totally see you on the stage as an NMD. I really do. I do. It's
One day.
Yes, indeed, girl. Just keep showing up. Just keep
Right.
showing up. Well, I'm so thrilled that we finally got to hear your story, and we'll see you again in Austin. But I know it's hard, and just like Cheryl said, I mean, you could have, and I know a lot of people that have in the past. It's like after a day of delays and cancellations, it's like, okay, why am I going here? I should just turn around and go home. Like, blah, blah, blah. You could come up with all kinds of stories in your mind, and you persevered and you got there, and you still got there for the bulk of the conference. So, even that just says a lot about your character and your ability to persevere. And that's what this business requires, is just perseverance and going, no, I'm going to get there.
Right.
So good for you, Megan. I'm so proud.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. So I'm just going to take a couple more minutes. This call doesn't even need to be 30 minutes tonight. There's no rules on how long our calls have to be. But I just wanted to clarify a couple things around our contest that we kicked off on Saturday around the events. And you guys have probably noticed a couple of posts because there's been some events already, which are awesome. I know Caprice has posted some things, and Donna Lambert has posted. So there is a hashtag that I want to encourage you guys to use, because it will definitely make it easier for me to find you and to track. And that's the hashtag Watch My Biz Grow. And if you can just be specific in your post in terms of, had a great salad in a jar party, had 3 new people come that have never come before, super excited, hashtag Watch My Biz Grow, or, had 5 people come to the Power of 5 event tonight, and a picture too. So I know there's some work on your part, but there's work on my part too. And I just don't want to miss anything. I just don't want to miss anything because, this is a contest and I want all you guys to get credit where the credit is due. And I'm just tracking it on my good old fashioned phone here. There's nothing fancy. So definitely just make sure that you're specific in your post. Do you guys have any questions around the contest since we're on the Zoom? And I know the only time we've talked about it. Okay, good. Okay, good.
Okay, so I know that it's a event or whatever. What about a 3-way call with a prospect coming into the business, or is that considered a?
Yeah, that's a good question, Lise, because I've done 3-way call contests before. I'm actually going to say yes, because I think the 3-way calls are so important. You guys know I do. They work, they help you guys build your teams faster, and they are an event. I mean, we're having a conversation, we're talking on the phone, or we're Zooming with someone. I'm going to say this, and I will clarify this on the Trailblazer Facebook page. If it is with someone who is a prospect for the business, and they're not already in the business, like it's not a welcome call, like what we did today, Lisa, with your gal, that was not a welcome call. That was, we were trying to help her make a decision to become a rep, right? So if it's to make a decision to say yes to this Juice Plus business, then yes. If it's a welcome call, which hopefully I'm doing with all of your reps, but if they've already signed up, you signed them up, on your own or whatever, I wasn't involved. And then we have a call so that they can meet me and we can welcome them and we can kind of figure out what they want to do. That does not count because they've already joined the team. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I will clarify that. I'm glad you brought that up because I want you guys to be doing the activity that's going to pay you. And we know that events pay and 3-way calls pay. So yeah. So I will definitely change that. Bless you, Kristen. Thankful for the mute button there, my friend. Okay, that was a good question. Anybody else have a question around the contest? And remember, it's June and July. So there'll be winners in June, and then there'll be winners in July.
So a Facebook party is included, considered one event?
I did not put Facebook parties in there.
Okay.
No, Zoom events, which we have Zoom events every Sunday night. I mean, you can also create your own, but we kicked off a friends and family Zoom that I'm going to be doing every single Sunday with the exception of the first weekend in July. But no Facebook events because those are a little difficult to track and to manage.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes.
Is the friends and family call that you're doing, is that like the Freedom Revolution script that you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's just like what we've done. You've done a lot of them, Kristen. It's the exact same thing. So invite anyone. If you have one person, great. If you have 5 people, great. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get on no matter what. Okay, cool. All right. And then lastly, I just really, really, really want to encourage you guys as we go into summer to take advantage of the summer events. And the summer summits are kind of the big events that the company puts on. There's one in Chicago, San Antonio, North Carolina, Providence, Rhode Island, and then here in San Diego. Ours is in July 19th and 20th down at the Rancho Bernardo Inn. And it's such an important event to get to something in the summer. I know you guys in Colorado have your Colorado boot camp, which is amazing. I mean, that lineup is absolutely incredible, including our upline, Chris and Nikki Cotton. There's also a Seattle boot camp happening in late July. So I really want to urge you guys, especially if you have goals for Austin, you know, we've got to stay plugged in. I mean, we've just got to stay plugged in. And just get that refueling going. It's, you know, minimal investment, especially the summits. I like them because they're only a day and a half, really, only one night. You get all your meals included. You get incredible training. You get a lot of bang for your buck, especially if it's local. And who do you know in these areas? That's another thing to really be thinking about. Maybe you can't get to the Rhode Island summit, but maybe you've got a lot of contacts there who can go and participate in the Friday night event because those are free for guests. So get a hold of the flyers, go to your Juice Plus Live app, and you can look up all of the summits. You know, maybe you're from a part of the country and you haven't reached out to some of your old Facebook friends. This could be, you know, a way for you to reach out and connect and ask people if they're open to checking it out. So, so check out, it's on the live. Yeah. Charlotte, North Carolina is in June. Chicago is in late June. San Antonio, Texas is in July. And then San Diego's in the latter part of July. So they're important. And again, you know, it's all eyes are on Austin. Where do you want to be in Austin? And that's going to help drive your activity between now and then. And I'm super pumped about all the events that we're doing. We had a great event at my house here on Saturday, yoga and brunch, and we had a speaker. And there's just so many great ways that you guys can mix up your business and have fun in the summer, incorporating your kids, you know, making it really easy and fun. I've said this for 100 years, I feel like, only 16 years, but it feels like 100. The summer is a way easier time to get people to events. This has been my experience because there's less routine, there's less demands on family, there's no homework, there's no bedtime. You know, it's a routine-free time. Not everyone's on vacation at the same time. You know, yes, there's lots of summer vacations and yes, everybody goes away, but not everybody goes away. The entire universe, we're not Europe. We don't shut down for a month. So there's always people somewhere that can come to something. And, you know, we had so many people here at my house on Saturday. That was a true testament. I mean, it's like the end of school year. It's graduation this week for a lot of us. It's a busy time, but everybody's got a couple hours here and there. So look at your calendars and where do you want to have fun? What do you want to do this summer? And gather some friends and just put together an event. and your business will grow and you'll have fun and you'll attract so many people. So that's all I have for you guys on this June. I mostly just wanted to highlight Megan. And again, Megan, thank you so much. And Cheryl, for coming on. I'm so proud of Megan. And it's a big deal to Express Track. And guys, we have all summer to Express Track. This doesn't end until August 31st. So if you're still at the virtual franchise level or you have team that are, let's put together a plan with them. Make sure they know what they need to do to get this Express Track done. I mean, I don't know if they're going to continue with this bonus. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. So I really urge you guys to get your people to that 22% commission level. Let them, maximize their earnings in this marketing plan, get them that bonus so that they can just, even if they just hang out at sales coordinator for the next 10 years, who cares? But I want people to make the most amount of money. The hashtag is Watch My Biz Grow. So I'll put it here. And you guys can reference the flyer on the team page, which I will ask Caprice to update for me with the 3-way call that we just added. I don't know if she'll get to it this week because she is a senior too. We have a next 48 hours. Second half of this week is going to be pretty busy for a lot of us in this area, but she'll do it when she can. So anything else, guys? Yes, Kristen.
I have one question.
Yeah, of course.
The Disneyland sweepstakes.
Yes.
Okay, so you had put a post on that we should not mention that there's a sweepstakes. I've seen a lot of people actually posting the flyer on.
Yes, no, you can post the flyer, but they don't want you to use the company name Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm glad
so
you
can say they're to a theme park or
a family vacation.
Okay.
Or just use the verbiage that's on that flyer. You have the flyer, right? It's on Insight. Yeah. They just don't want us to use the word Disney. I'm sure that's a Disney thing saying, you can't leverage our brand or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Sorry if I was confusing you guys on that. Anybody else? All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of everybody. Let's go have a great summer in June. Everybody have a great night. Next week, we have another great team call lined up. We've got some good calls lined up with the Heat team. So I'm excited for June. And thank you again, Megan and Cheryl. And you guys have a great night.